Wagwan sports fans, welcome back to this or that Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting, and everything sports topics, discussions, and debates on the internet. But before I get into the live, don't forget to like this one, leave a comment, subscribe to this or that Sports TV. Why am I motor? What me I do? Before I get into this one, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, share the video to at least 6 people, get to 6 subscribers. Because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers that would get us by the end of the day? Yes, people. Obviously, it's a good time to be a reggae boys fan. Obviously, some good news coming on. From I know this or that sports TV, we know so we get some good news today. We're not gonna start on nothing. Probably gonna do a whole different live or video about that. But Dushan Whisper Richards will be back into the squad. I'm taking Oral Trace's word for it. He just did a video, released it today. That Whisper will be in the squad. So I'm taking his word for it. You see me? So excited about that. But today's video is about giving the lineup that I think Jamaica should go with and the tactics that I think we should use. Because the truth is, I think we have a coaching problem. I think we have a tactics problem. I think we have a style of play and identity problem. And as such, I think it needs to be addressed. And if we don't talk about it, it won't be addressed. The thing is with Jamaican football, and especially the reggae boys right now, results against lesser opposition tends to mask the issues that are always lingering. And the issue that's lingering right now is just bad football being played. It's just no identity, no style of play. But the results that we're managing to get because we're just so much better than the other teams individually cause us to not look on the football that is being played and not complain about it. Because as I'm telling you before, no one argues with a winner. So we just there have to look on it and say, what would I do in this Curacao game coming up? And maybe in the Bermuda game we do our next live. But what would I do in this Curacao game? What should be done in this Curacao game to make sure that Jamaica win the game, or at least make sure that Jamaica play good football? Because the truth is, people, this will be our hardest game in the final round of World Cup qualifiers. This game will be the hardest, and I think it's time that we play our best football. I think it's time that we put our best team on the park because we need to do that in order to get a result out of this game. So we're playing Curacao away. We're talking about a strength in Curacao. Maybe a little bit weaker than we expect them to be, but the team as a whole is a strength in Curacao unit. Performing well at home. Have one of the best midfields in the Caribbean. Heavy recruiting. I think they're taking the Jamaican model to the next level. And so we expect them to be a good team. We expect them to play good football. We expect them to have goal threat. We expect them to defend well. You see me? So we have to come with our A game. We have to come with a good playing good football, and we have to come like we know where to do. This kick the ball up the field long and try to get the ball to Cephas and ask him to create some magic. It's just not good enough. I think getting the ball to our wingers and just ask them to make some magic is not good enough. You see me? And so I want you to talk to me in the comment section. If you don't want to call in and we talk, that is the number on the screen that you can call. Only call on WhatsApp, don't call straight. And then we can talk about it. You see me? But that's the whole point of this video. Let's talk about what the team should do, what Steve McLaren should do in order to win these two games. You see me? I don't want to be one of those fans that because we're winning, and okay, we're winning and I'm satisfied, but because we're winning, we don't talk about the shortfalls. You see me? And some people might say, is it important to fix the team when you're already winning? We're not gonna come up against opposition. The truth is, I don't think it is super important that we play good football right now. I don't think it is. Obviously, Steve McLaren is not the man that we thought he would have been. He's not the coach that we expected to get. But he's good enough to get the job done. And I'm always telling him, he could have get the job done. You could have get the job done. Because this qualifying journey is just so easy, you see me? But the point I was making is, this final round of qualifying, because the group is so easy, and then right after this, we don't have a next competition until the World Cup. Obviously, we'll be playing some warm-up games and whatever. But we won't have a competition to play, a competitive match to play after the World Cup qualifiers until the World Cup. In the World Cup, we're going to be happy to be there. We're not going to compete. The expectations won't be very high for Jamaica. And as such, there's no high pressure being put on him to play any good football. Nobody's looking forward to him playing good football. Get the results, get us to the World Cup, and we'll be good with that. You see me? So, again, people, share the video on the group them. Make sure on the bridge we always love talk about the Reggae Boys football. Make sure you get the link and talk to me in the comment section. You see me? First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to my starting lineup that I would go with. And I am not the coach. I know that Steve McLaren will not go with this lineup. But this is what I think Jamaica should do. This is what I would go with if I was a coach. So let me get my thing them on the screen. And make you see the lineup of me would I go with. See it? So me get my squad builder up on the screen, make sure you see what I go on. Alright. So the formation I would play is obviously 4-3-3. Modern football. Not necessarily a flat midfield three, but definitely not a midfield four. Obviously, dynamic players sharing their roles, sharing positions, so to speak. But me show how me would have set up. See? So let's pre-fill this with just Jamaica. Boom. This is not how I would set up. So bear with me. Obviously, Jamal Wade could not be in goal. It has to be Andrew Blake. Left back, I would go Amari Bell. And me explain my selection of every single player. Amari Bell. The left centre back would be Ethan Pinnock. The right centre back would be Damian Lowe. Right back. Right back. Important position for us, you know. Very, very important position for us. But I would go Joel Latibodiere and I'm gonna explain why. Joel Latibodiere right back for me if I was picking this team. At central midfield, I would go Isaac Hayden now go playing in the first game because of suspension. So I would go Ian Frey. Ian Frey. In at the midfield. Throw him at the fire. Get the job done. We don't have anybody better than him in the position if Isaac Hayden is not going to play. Don't trust Russell there. Don't trust Casey Palmer there. Don't trust Cara. Don't trust anybody else there. So Ian Frey, why not? It can't be worse than whatever else we have to select. You see me? So Ian Frey would be there for me. I would kind of play a double pivot here. So me would go Ian Frey and then me would go John Russell. As the attacking midfielder, I would go. Alright, this position is a little bit weird for me, but me would go Bobby Reed. Me would go Bobby Reed. On the left, obviously, Cephas. On the right, Kadamatari. I'm center, me would go Kadamatari. And on the right, I would go Demari Gray. Where am there? Where am there? People, I mean, you can't read? Or Demari Gray not on this? Oh, I mean, you can't read. That's how I would go. I mean, I don't want anybody to tell me, say, yo, them are going to play right wing or whatever. Him do it for Birmingham. Him do it at least 2 or 3 times already since the season start. And hey, I think it will be a breath of fresh air for Demar to play over there. Because when Demar play on the left, I want thing him want to do a cut in. We don't get a good left-footed cross from him because him can't use him left foot. Always one track minded, always trying to do the same thing over and over. So I think playing him on the right side wouldn't be a bad shot. If he's not playing on the right, I would have him as the central attacking midfielder, have Bobby Reed as the right winger, and play like that. But because I want the danger in attack, because I want the quick transition, because Demar Gray is much younger, much quicker, much more agile, I would have opted for him on the wing and have Bobby Reed as the central attacking midfielder. People, let me know the 10 I know where they are right now. Make sure you like the video. And let me know when you think about my lineup. This is how I would go. And me explain the tactics of why I would have selected a team like this. You see me? Obviously not necessarily conventional. I know the coach won't start Ian Free from the jump. I think he might go Latibody in the midfield and Russell in the midfield along with either Bobby Reed or Casey Palmer. That's what he's going to go with, but that's not what I would do. I think that body is a little bit too stiff in the midfield. He's a little bit afraid of the ball in the midfield. He's not necessarily helping us to progress the ball and transition into the final third, and that is what we need our central defensive midfielder to do. Protect the back line, yes. Latibody is somehow over. I don't want to overcompensate, but he overdoes it. You get me? I say in terms of being a defender. The defender in him is not allowing him to be a good midfielder. You see me? So he does the protection of the back line well, but he doesn't transition the ball. He doesn't take the ball on the half turn and progress it forward. He doesn't try to get combinations going with his left back and left winger or his right back and right winger. He doesn't have combinations with the other midfield players. You see me? So that's why I wouldn't opt for him. Ian Frey now, he has an attack minded. He plays at right back for Inter Miami. Inter Miami plays that attacking football, that possession football, quick transition football. Them do everything all at once. Don't get me wrong. But Ian Frey is much more suited to play the football the way I want him to play the football. But I would also select him because we know what we're getting from Latibodiere already. And if it goes on, we can always put Latibodiere in there. We can always put some Casey Palmer or whatever in there. But Ian Frey, he's the new boy. We're excited to see him. He's playing at a good level. He's playing for one of the best teams in the MLS. Let's just throw him in the fire. Let's see what he can do. Some people would question Cephas if Demargue would walk back into his left winger spot, and I don't think he does for me. Cephas keeps his spot. And anybody, in me that love you have the debate tonight. Me that love you have two debates tonight. Damian Lowe debate and the Ronaldo Cephas debate. Those are two debates I always have time for because I've been calling for Cephas. I always want Cephas to be in the team. I believe once he's fit and we're playing in Concacaf, Cephas have to be on the field. In fact, anybody Jamaica is playing at the moment, Cephas has to be on the park. He's 25 years old with speed to burn. Well, have to have him on the park. But not only that, my whole reason for having Cephas on the park always is because he's one unafraid to take on players. He's always going to take on players. He's always going to be very direct, and I love that from my wingers. But it's not just that. He can be direct and foolish. What Cephas does is he creates so many good opportunities that even though he misses a lot and makes a wrong decision a lot, we're always going to get some good returns from the amount of chances that he creates. He might get on the score sheet and he might get the hockey assist. He might put the cross on the box where a fumble from Brown and somebody will kick it in. Something might happen. But Cephas is going to be in dangerous positions all the time. And Jamaica will earn something from it. You see me? So that is why I always want Cephas at the park. No, remember people, Cephas take the Marigray game. The Marigray hasn't been playing well for Jamaica. Hasn't been doing an awesome job. And so Cephas is showing us exactly what we need from a winger. Now, Demargre on the other hand, he's still we can't put Demargre on the bench. He's too good to have him on the bench. He will create stuff. He's a fast player, he's a tricky player. He has the poise and maturity to affect the game. He's a moments player also. He can create a moment out of nothing. He have a long shot on him. He have a really good right foot. Put him on the right side so him can offer. Get some crosses into the box. Play some balls into the lines. Get the ball into Kadamari. Play a quick transition football. You see me? So that's why I have to put him on the right side instead of a Bobby Reed or a Tyrese Campbell or whatever out there. A Kaim Dixon or a Dujan Richards people. I don't know if you see Oral Tracy video a while ago where him just released. But apparently Dujan Richards is being called to the squad. And if you watch my live 2 lives ago, you know that I selected Dujan Richards to be in the squad. Because I think he's also another. I love them winger, they bro. The direct man, them we just got them not afraid to take you on. Even if you might get double team, they're going. He's a little bit better with decision making than a Dixon, I think. But he's so direct and tricky and pacey and just hungry for goal that you have to have whisper on your team. But anyways, um, excited for that. Demar Grado, too much quality to have him on the bench. I think this would be the perfect starting lineup. In terms of the back line, Amari Bell give us perfect balance between going forward and defending. I don't think Greg Lee is the greatest in terms of going forward. Don't get me wrong. I think Greg Lee has 2 assists in World Cup qualifying so far. Amari Bell though is a better footballer. Amari Bell goes forward much better, and Amari Bell defends much better. You see me? Some people I think it's a little bit close on the defensive side of the ball, but going forward, I think Amari Bell blows him out of the water. Amari Bell can square the ball much better, can um, link up with players much better, can go forward, step into the midfield much better. You see, I want Amari Bell there. Ethan Pinnock needs to step up. Ethan Pinnock has been playing some really bad football for the country. Obviously, he didn't play in the September window, was injured. We had Damian Lowe and Richard King. And I don't know, maybe somebody need to explain this to me. Why people keep on a say? I watch a couple YouTube channel now. I'm just hear people say, even in the comment section on the last slide that I did, I see people say Richard King was better than Damian Lowe in the last window. In what world? What world can someone say Richard King is ever better than Damian Lowe? But even in context and on those 2 games where we beat Bermuda 4-0 and then we beat Trinidad 2-0 in National Stadium, how was Richard King better than Damian Lowe? When Richard King literally made 2 mistakes that cost goals, but they were offside. When him run and lunge in at the box and the man just chop him and kick the ball in our goal. When I forget that, Damian Lowe scored in the first game. But you know what? As I say, I always have time for this debate. But yeah, Damian Lowe keeps his spot for me and Ethan Pinnock comes in. These are the 2 best defenders that we have, and they have to start. Now I'm a little bit concerned about Damian Lowe because he hasn't been playing competitive football. Just got his move to Dynamo, Houston Dynamo in the MLS. Hasn't played 90 minutes yet. Not getting a lot of game time at the moment, but him just get him transferred. Damian Lowe is always up for the task. He always makes sure he's in fit form to play for the Reggae Boys. So I'm expecting much more of the same. Not expecting him to be out of shape or anything. So Damian Lowe starts for me and Latibo there. And when I get to the tactics side of things, I'm gonna bring up I guess a feel and showing what I want the team to do. But in terms of tactics, I think Latibo there would be important for me in this game. Because what we should do is flood the midfield and outnumber them because we are not blessed with good ball playing midfielders. What we need to do is outnumber them in the midfield because a lot of football games, especially in modern football, the game is won and lost in the midfield. You see me say if we can obviously when it is supposed to be done, transition to a back three and put Latibody up into the midfield, get John Russell forward, play with a little midfield box. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean when I go to the tactical part. But that's why I opted for Latibody here. I don't think he offers much going forward down the lines in terms of supporting Demarai Gray, and that is another reason why I would have started Demarai Gray. Because Demarai Gray can take on players on his own. He doesn't need much support unless he's getting double teamed. And if so, John Rossi can help in those half spaces. But Joel Latibodir, not offer much going forward. He's defensively solid, and I think he can step into the midfield and offer some cover when we are going forward. If we outnumber them, they can't transition well on us. And they're missing two of their most important midfielders, by the way. You see me, I think Curacao have the best midfield in the Caribbean, better than our midfield. And if they were fully fit, Curaçao's midfield would be better than Jamaica's midfield. Stick up in, my people. 19 people in our chat so far. Make sure you like the video. Um, and thing. You see me? So, let's get to that. May I explain anything else? Bailey Kadamati. No, Bailey Kadamati have two Reggae Boys caps so far. One goal. Really should have had like 3 goals to this point. But we can't complain. I think in his first cap, he had so many opportunities and he looked so sharp, but couldn't manage to take the chances. Hit the post a few times so far, draw some good saves out of the goalkeeper, and scored a peach of a goal. I think a really good goal from in the national stadium against Trinidad and Tobago. But definitely should feel like he should have had more than 1 goal so far in his regular boy career. Should have been off to a very, very hot start. But Waffle start him. He's better than Shaman Nichols at the moment. Even though, people, Shaman Nicholson is a great option off the bench, one, but Shaman Nicholson is also Jamaica's leading goal scorer in World Cup qualifiers. Shaman Nicholson have 4 goals so far. You see, and even with goal, everybody and them goal contributions and whatever, Shaman Nicholson is leading the team in goal contributions in World Cup qualifiers. Put some respect on Shaman Nicholson name. They get me, I say, centre forward extraordinaire. He knows what he's doing. He knows where the back of the net is. And he's slowly working himself into becoming the Shaman Nicholson of old that we know. You see me? So, but at the moment, I have to give Billy Kadamatu the nod. I think he's much more dynamic than Shaman Nicholson. I think he can find much more space in the box than Shaman Nicholson. I think he can create his own goal better than Shaman Nicholson can. And I think he's much faster than Shaman Nicholson is. So we can play those channels. We can get the ball over the top. We can play it through the lines into him. The older play is not as great as I want it to be. But that's not how I would want Jamaica to play. So I'm not going to complain about him older play. You see me? Hit the channels, hit the ball over the top, play those 2 balls, get combination with the wingers, get into the box, get goals going. You get me? So, Bailey Kadamatu is the perfect player in that system. And speaking about system, let's transition to the tactical part where me I go show you how I go and me I go show you how I would want Jamaica to play. So stick around, people. Just 1 second while me transition this a little bit. Just a little bit. No, I go take long, people. No, I go take long. What is going on here? What is going on here? Alright. No, I got take long. I promise you. Probably I take long already. Alright. Let's change a little bit of this. Boom. Boom. Alright. That should be fine. Let's go over to the tactical part now, people. We can talk some tactics. We can show you what I would want from the Reggae Boys. Where's the people? Before we do that, we not tell me what to think about my starting lineup. We have 20 people in our chat. I want to think about the starting lineup. And what would you go with if you were in the seat of Steve McLaren? This is the lineup that I would go for. Let me know what you think. What would I go for? Talk to me. I think this is a good lineup. I think this is a perfect lineup. Even if I would say so myself. Yeah, let me know what you think. What do you think about the lineup there? Andre Blake in goal. Amari Bell left back. Ethan Pinnock left centre back. Damien Lowe right centre back. Joel Latibody right back. Ian Frey and Jonathan Russell as a double pivot. And as I said, I got to do the tactical part of the game as to why I selected a midfield like this. Bobby Reed as the attacking midfielder. Ronaldo Cephas and Demarai Gray can switch wings. They can do whatever they want. But they are the wingers that I would play in this game. Bailey Kadamati as the forward. I think he's poised to be the next best thing for the Reggae Boys up front. Think he's poised to take over from Shaman Nicholson. Even though Shaman Nicholson is not an old man, but Billy Cadamata just seems so good at the moment. And that's what I would go for. What do you think? What on you think? What on you think? Good lineup? I think so. I think it's a good lineup. I think it's a good lineup. Vibes addict. Where I say? What that mean? Um, Big Head Boy say I would put Russell ahead of Reed because Russell won't tackle to save his life. You see the thing with Jonathan Russell now, Jonathan him not tackling now, but I think him can help a bit in transition. And Bobby Reed have a run, but me no know, Bobby Reed get tired fast. Anytime I see Bobby Reed try playing a deeper role for the Reggae Boys, him get tired fast. So me now got ask Bobby Reed to play no defensive midfield position or no central midfield position and try if he cover the team and try if he cover the back four and try if he protect and get in those spaces and slip in for the right back and no. I don't think that Bobby Reed is that player. I think Bobby Reed can help us going forward much better than John Russell can. I think where John Russell can help us is being that decoy run and being that late runner into the box. Can be that late runner into the box. I'm going to show the tactics, I'm going to tell you how more Jamaica play. But I think John Russell can be that late runner into the box as he's been for us for a while. I think he have 2 goals. Have a goal and 2 assists or something like that, or 2 goals in the World Cup qualifier so far. He's making those late runs into the box, and I like it. And I think Steve McLaren should focus a little bit more on that run. And it's a reason why I might get that run there. You see me? But yeah, that's what I would go. I definitely wouldn't put Bobby Reed deeper than John Russell. Not at all. Bigger lad can be a little bit more physical than Bobby Reed. Definitely not Bobby Reed. Deeper than John Russell for me. Not at all. Latibodir not starting over Dexter Lembikisa. No, if I know one thing, is that Joel Latibodir is starting. I don't know where must start. Centre back, central midfield, defensive centre mid. I don't know where must start, but I can tell you Vibes Addict Entertainment. Latibodir is starting in this Jamaican team. And every single coach will Latibodir play under somehow seems to love him, somehow seems to give him more game time than anybody else, and he's always on the park. So Latibodir will start. I mean, know that. Now, the reason why me play Latibodir, good transition. Let's go over to the tactical part. I'm showing exactly why me would have played Latibodir instead of Dexter Lembikisa. Now, I have the. Hold on, let me see if I have the right thing. This look a little bit mixed up. See me mix up Gray and Reed. So me that have Demar Gray and Bobby Reed right so as the attacking midfielder. See? No. I would use Latibodir as a right back. Because Steve McLaren did something against Guatemala in that game against Guatemala in the National Stadium. I don't know if you remember the final game of the first round of World Cup qualifiers. You remember that game there in the National Stadium where I think we won 3-0? Where we played them off the park. Yes, they had a weaker team. They didn't have a lot of their starters and whatever. But we played them off the park. And it's some of the best football that Jamaica play. We also attempted to play a similar system in the Unity Cup. We also attempted to play a similar system in US Virgin Islands. We also attempted to play the same system in all of the Unity Cup. So the system I'm talking about is where our right back would slide into the midfield. It's an inverted right back role. You get me I say? And that's how I think we can unlock a lot of potential in this team. And that is why I'm going to Latibodir. In the US Virgin Islands game, Lembikisa start. Lembikisa, his first touch is not as good. Lembikisa is not as agile. I know Latibodir is not agile, but he's much more comfortable on the ball than Lembikisa, especially in the middle of the pitch. I'm not talking about running with the ball and going forward and whipping in crosses and whatever. In terms of assisting the midfield, in terms of slotting into these areas, I think Latibodir is much, much better than Lembikisa. And that is how I want this team to play. I think I have 3 aspects that I want Jamaica to use when we're playing against Curacao. One is an inverted right back. I want us to use an inverted right back. It doesn't have to be right back. It can be the left back, and it's also a reason why I'm going to Amari Bell over Greg Lee, because Amarabel is much better on the ball. Amarabel can help transition the ball much better, can cover the defense much better, can help to link up with the midfield much better. You see me? So I want one aspect of the game that I want us to, one aspect of our play that I want us to impose on this Curacao team is an inverted fullback. That is going to unlock so much. That is going to create overloads in the midfield. It is going to outnumber them in the midfield by so much. I think they play with a midfield three that is going to outnumber them in the midfield. And it would also unlock John Russell to make that forward run. And that is the second thing that I'm going to mention. John Russell being that supporting, playing that supporting striker role. It's weird to have him come from the 8 to a supporting striker, but that's what I want from John Russell. Making those late runs. So I want an inverted fullback to unlock John Russell to make those late runs into the box along with outnumbering them in the midfield. You see me? And the third thing I want is committing numbers forward. I think Jamaica is best when we're chasing a game, and that is because we're always committing numbers forward. Whenever we take the handbrake off, whenever we try to transition the ball fast and get the ball to our wingers, and we seem like we have something to fight for, that is when Jamaica play our best football. And I used to call it chaotic football, and I call it that for a reason. It's because it's not scripted. It's because we're not playing safe. It's because we're not just booting the ball up the pitch. No, getting it to our wingers, we're putting crosses into the box. We're trying to hit the lines. We're being much braver. People, you can tell me if I lie, me I tell, but Jamaica plays their best football when they're chasing the game. I'ma realize that. And so I think we should commit numbers forward. One, I think we should play with an inverted right back. Two, and I think we should ask John Russell to do that late midfield run into the box. And I think that is where Jamaica would beat any Caribbean rival and would give the top three team or top four teams in Concacaf a run for their money. On any given day if we use that system. You see me? Mission Joe Inspiration say looks okay, but Lee much more defensively solid than Bell. Lembikisa comes in for Latte. Russell should play 10. Bobby should play 8. Bro, why do you think Bobby should play 8? Bobby can't defend any better than Russell. I know Russell is a little bit lazy in our midfield, you know, don't get me wrong. John Russell is a little bit lazy in our midfield, seeing? But Bobby Reed also get tired very fast, and Bobby Reed don't like a headless chicken when he play deep. Positionally, he's not as good as John Russell. And John Russell can master that late on into the box. Plus, again, Bobby Reed offers so much more in that creative midfield role. When he play through balls into Cephas, play through balls into Kadamati and Gray. You see me? Receiving the ball with him back turn to goal. Much better than Russell. You see me? So him for play the attacking midfield position there. Russell can use him physicality, can use him his height and his strength in the middle of the park. When those balls come in from the goalkeeper, him can win the ball. Him can help for be that presence in the midfield and scare them out of the midfield. Because that's the strongest part of their team. Even though they're missing Tait Chang and what other youth name? People, me I tell you, Curacao midfield better than our one, you know. God damn it. Curacao midfield better than our one, you know. Me I wonder if you think a joke me I make. Curacao have a better midfield than Jamaica. But they are missing a very important player. And it's Tai Chang. Remember that you there with the Afro where he used to play for Sheffield. Not used to him, play for Sheffield United same way. But he was in the Premier League and he was a decent player. Tai Chang. I don't know him, man. I don't know him. I don't know him, man. But him injured. I don't think he'll be playing this game. And I'm also have a next midfielder where he used to play for Watford. Talented player. He's playing at Turkey now. This Curacao team is no joke. And so we have to approach it properly and make sure so we use the right schemes and strategies to beat these teams. You see me? What the player name, man? What the player name, man? The dog name. May I find it for you, man? May I tell you exactly what I talk about? I can't find the dog name. My so tell know me I talk about, man. If anybody know the midfielder me I talk about, he used to play for Watford. He play for Curacao right now. And I think him Dutch. If you don't know, just drop the name in the comment section. I know exactly who me I talk about, man. I want to know exactly who me I talk about. I want to know exactly who me I talk about. Leandro Bacuna. Leandro Bacuna. You get me? I say, really good player. The two Bacuna them playing at the midfield and then Changa sit down. Bro, me even go on and on about this. But Curacao midfield is better than Jamaica's midfield. Learn that. You see me? Chang now go play. I think Bacuna is fit for the game. So, me I expect the two of them to play. I don't know who them are going to go with as the other third midfielder. But Chang is out. You see me? So, expect them to be really solid. Same way. expect them to be really solid same way. Unseen Sports, here boy I come. Yo, Unseen, I know the thing, I'm say that from the start of the live. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited because Dujan Richards is a class of a player, bro. Them man they are gonna show no what it mean for be direct and just run at players and be unafraid. And them man they make for the moment too. Lati can't start, bro. Why wouldn't not stop madness? Bro, I'm telling you why. Alright, unseen. This is how me would have played if I was Steve McLaren. When we have the ball, this is how I would put the team in build up. If we have the ball, John Russell progress like this, Ian Frey, Latibody comes to help in the midfield, Damian Lowe drop wide, Ethan Pinnock anchor the team, Amari Bell, something like this. See? Something like this. Latibody sliding at the midfield, Ian Frey, Bobby Reed. You see that midfield box, yeah? This is how we're going to win the game. This is how we're going to win the game. This is how we're going to win the game. This is how, when we are play, when we have the ball, this is how we should set up. You see me? And this game is going to be won in this area. Curacao midfield is no joke, bro. Curacao midfield is no joke. And yes, we're going to win the game. Outnumber them in the midfield, bro. I'm not talk about Gray helping yet. You see me? I'm not talk about Cephas helping yet. I'm not talk about Kadamari helping yet. And that will take enough pressure off a man like them. It will take enough pressure off of the attackers. You see me? But I want Latibodira slide into the midfield, helping the team, shielding the team in transition when Curacao win the ball and it's a heavy transition team. They want to score goals, they want to get forward as fast as possible. And as I say, they have good midfielders, bro. The two bakunas are no joke. And even though Chang not go play, their midfield is no joke, and I not go see it. Their midfield is better than us. So I think the only way we can combat their good midfield, their ball playing midfield, that don't necessarily lose the ball all the time, is to outnumber them in the midfield. You see me? Latibodier is much, much better in central areas than Lembikisa. Nobody in this chat can argue that. Latibodier is much more comfortable on the ball in central areas. I know he's stiff. I know he doesn't necessarily turns well on the half turn, but Lembikis, I don't know where I'm doing at Mickle the Park. Was sick coach try it already. Steve McLaren tried it in the US Virgin Islands game. The World Cup qualifying game that we played in, I think June or May. In June. You see me? He tried it with Lembikis. And Lembikis just like him don't know where I do, bro. Him lose the ball at the middle of the park. First touch not good. Him now receive the ball and turn well. Him now put the ball into space and pass is not great. And even though Latibo there is not necessarily the most advancing midfielder when he's playing in the midfield, he does take care of the ball and he does keep it ticking over. Left, right. Also, Latibo there is a much, much better tackler, especially in the middle of the park. See, Big Head Boy just said. You see me? So Latibody are much, much better to play a role like this. No, if you want to go with a traditional 4-4-3, about 4-4-3, 4-3-3, or a 4-4-2 or something like that, then I think Lembikisa is much better suited to play than Latibody because he can assist the winger much better. He can go forward and help the team much, much better than Latibody because Latibody can't have nothing to go forward. Latibody now nothing to go forward. Isn't but this is what me want the team to do. This is how I think this team can play. Bobby is harder worker than both Palmer and Russell. Russell needs to be 10 because why he doesn't, he's last in the game. But that's why I have Russell up here, so. So when we have the ball, and I guess he attack off the ball. When we do have the ball, a lot about here and free are helping a build up for me. But off the ball, I see what I mean because one thing with Bobby Reed, him gonna run. Bobby Reed gonna run, and Bobby Reed not gonna stop until him get tired. You see me? So I understand that. But me just I think about the physicality of John Russell, bro. And especially when John Russell play for him team, for him club team. I think he plays as an 8 for him club team. So I think the physicality, him height and him strength in the midfield would be better than Bobby Reed. You see me? And me no want to move Bobby Reed too far from the goal. Remember say Bobby Reed gonna turn up with a spectacular moment, Remember say Bobby Reed good for a spectacular goal, So me can't put Bobby Reed too far back. You see me? When we have the ball, I want Bobby Reed in a them channel here. Yes, I want Bobby Reed when we do have the ball. Yes, I want John Russell to make that later now. You see me? So for me, the ideal situation is to have Bobby Reed hitting these areas for Cephas. You get me? I say hitting these areas for Kadamatre or at least hitting these areas. Them place I need Bobby Reed for a hit. You get me? I say. Also, if him not hit them area there, if is it that he wants to support, him cannot make the run for coming here. So you get me? I say him cannot make the run for coming here. So for see if us play the ball in for him. Him cannot make the midfield run here. You see me? So I need Bobby Reed up front. You get me? I say see if us have the ball in these areas. See if us are with the ball. See if us are with the ball. John Russell with the late run. Kadamar 3 at the front post. And that me I expect from the team here, bro. You see me? This is not a FIFA strategy. This is how me I expect the team to play. Commit numbers forward because that is when we play our best football. And nobody can tell me different, bro. When we have the ball, if we are build up from the right side, that is the same thing, just on the inverse. You see me? If I build up on the right side, then it is Bobby Reed a push up, or I don't want to put Ian Frey too far still, so I kind of see a little bit of a problem here. So, but Bobby Reed a push up same way, John Russell a push up, Ian Frey and Bell. Pinnock slide over, Damian Low anchor, Latibodier. Especially in a transition. Me would have want Latibodier instead of Lembikisa. You get me? I say it's much better in central areas. You see me get the ball out, play them ball here. Play them ball here. When Latibodier have the ball here, so this is the ball more want we play. This is the ball. I mean, no, this is wishful thinking, because I don't think it will happen. But these are the balls that I want Latibodier to be playing. Them ball here into John Russell feet. Them ball from Pinnock into Bobby Reed into these areas. That's what I want. You get me? I say commit numbers forward. Play chaotic football, bro. This is how we're going to beat these teams. I'm going to say it again if you never hear. This is where the game is going to be won. This is where the game is going to be won. This will be our hardest game in World Cup qualifying thus far. And that is where the game is going to be won. You see me? Again, people, if anybody want to call and give them opinion, whether on my squad or who you would start with, that is the WhatsApp number on the screen. You can call, don't call straight, call per WhatsApp. But I know what to think. I'm honestly want to hear what people think, what them would go with. This is how me think Jamaica should play, bro. Commit numbers forward, inverted right back. Crowd outnumber the opponents in the midfield. That's how me think we're going to win games. That's how me think we're going to play good football. Because whether we play like this or not, we're going to win the game. It's just a matter of playing good football for me. This, I think, is the best way to play good football. Commit numbers forward, bro. Commit numbers forward. You see me, and the ball, me want to see a play, me can tell you. You see me, when you do this, right? And you have this midfield box. You have this midfield box. Where this do for we now? What me do, man? Where this do for we now is obviously Cephas and Gray will be isolated a lot. I won't put in the opponents. I put in the opponents real quick. I can't make the thing look one-sided. I can't make the thing look one-sided. So defender, defender, defender. Seeing? Right. So, what gonna happen now? Say we have the ball. We have the ball with a Latibodira build up the ball going to free Russell back here, back here. Gray come wide, right? The ball come to him. Ball come to him. Me I put in some midfield. I put in the opponents. Cause I can't want to see what me I say. Then play with a 4-3-3. See it? Then play with a 4-3-3. Then play with a 4-3-3. So here we go on now. This is how me I expect them to defend we. See? We have the ball. So the ball come out here. So the ball come from Latibodier to Gray. Or Latibodier punch the ball into midfield to Russell. Russell play it out to Gray. Then can't double team, bro, because we outnumber the midfield. So guess what? Him a go step to Gray. Him can then double team. Whether this is Bakuna. Him can double team Gray because he leaves him. There's always an overload in the midfield. If him come assist, easy ball back, cycle over. You get me? I say them can't cheat. They cannot cheat when we're outnumbered in the midfield because they put that extra player in the midfield. Them can't cheat. It have to unlock a winger. It have to unlock a winger. And the same thing for the other side. If they cheat, they leave a man open in the midfield. And that's what it happened at the first Guatemala game. I don't know why Steve McLaren moved away from that system, bro. Because it worked so well for us. Our wingers is always going. Our wingers are always going to be isolated in a system like this. Always. You see me? Again, the ball go this side. The ball go this side to a Cephas. Him have a step to Cephas. Him can't help. Because then him leave Bobby Reed free for make a run, yes, so. Him leave Bobby Reed for take the ball, yes, so cycle it over. Him can't leave. See? I guess him can't help. Run inside. Him track him. Him have a drop. John Russell in the box. We still have a free man, yes, so. They get me, I say, if him come, easy, cycle over the ball. Cycle the ball, come around. You get me, I say, so, that is why me want we put the ball in the mid. That is why me want we put an extra player in the midfield. That is why I want us to put an extra player in the midfield. It only makes sense. These are the best way we are going to win a football game, bro. Because we don't have good midfielders that are going to control the game and, run the game and control the tempo of the game and all of that. No. It's not going to happen. You see me? So me not be wishful in my thinking. This is how me want the team to play. You see me? Same thing, as I said on the other side, it's Latibody inverting, Bell inverting. You see me? And when them money come off, we change the system. Two systems. Obviously, this is the first one me that want Jamaica play. I mean, big pan system. The worst thing our reggae boys coach could have said, and him say it already after the Gold Cup, he said it, that football, what him say? Football is about individuals, not system. And I didn't like that one bit. Because I think football, you're as good as your system, bro. Yes, individual players win you games. Yes, it is important that you have quality in the team. But the system that you play is important. It's important that when players go on that park, they know what to do. It's important that when players are defending, they know how to defend. It is so important. It's even so for you to come out and say that the individuals are more important than the system. It's just nonsense for me. You see me? So, this is how I think Jamaica should play. Damian Lowe, Ethan Pinnock, Amari Bell, and Latibodir, just for that inverting reason. If I didn't want Jamaica to play with that inverted right back, I would have select Latibodir. I would have go Lembi Kisa. You see me? Ian Frey, John Ross as a double pivot because I need extra protection. Bobby Reed as the attacking midfielder, Ronaldo Cephas, Billy Kadamate, Gray. You see me? Them when I play with a 4-3-3. So I guess them would have go like this. I shot them a player? It look like me shot them a player, so. Like me shot them a player, yes. You see me? Yeah, them play with a 4-3-3. You see me? So this is how if it is not working, this is the second way I'd want Jamaica to play. I would switch out Kadamari. If I make a sub, me I go Boza, Nicholson. See? Me I go Shamar Nicholson as the sub. Then me I go Latibodier. No, me I go Lembi Kisa. Me I go Lembi Kisa as a sub. Obviously Greg Lee can be another sub. Casey Palmer can come on in there. But if the first system is not working or we see where those are not the tactics that are reaping the benefits that we want to reap, hopefully me not go the hour mark. We so cut it people. I mean hope only for people watch this on the replay. Seeing if that is not working, we know that Shaman Nicholson has good older play. We know that Shaman Nicholson can bring other players into play. That can unlock a Gray, a Richards, a Dixon, Cephas. You see me? I will now go do that inverted thing there. If these are the players on the part, because our defenders don't necessarily allow. If we go a Greg Lee right or so, it don't necessarily allow us to do that inverted foolishness. I mean, I'll call it foolishness because I think that is a great system and a way that we can use to win the game. Because I see it happen in a 2 games we play and we looked brilliant. I think the best football we played. We played a great game against Honduras. We played a great Unity Cup And I think that Guatemala game that we played in National Stadium was the best football and the most fluent football Mr. Jamaica play under Steve McLaren. So I think he should go back to that system. But if he's not going to use that system, use Shamanikasi with the older player. Lembikisa a help Gray pan the overlap, pan the underlap. Bella help Gray pan the underlap. But we still commit numbers forward. We still commit numbers forward. You see me? The man them just need to know them position and know with two wing back them can't go forward at the same time. You see me? The two midfielder them can't go at the same time. If one go, one have to stay. Centre back up. Well, the man we defend well, so we even not talk about centre back. You see me? But that's how me expect Jamaica to play. Not expect. That is how I would play Jamaica. You see me? Some players when me I look forward to and some of them want to come off of the bench is Kaim Dixon, Dujan Richards. Casey Palmer need to turn up at some point. You see me? Ian Free me I look forward to. You see me? So that are the system, people. If you're in the chat now, you can tell me what you think so far about how I think Jamaica should play or how you would want Jamaica to play. Me, I'll show them a lineup one more time. This is how I would line up to start the game. This is how I would line up to start the game. You see me? Bro, this Curacao team is no joke. This Curacao team is no joke. Yes. This Curacao team is no joke. And me expect you for respect them, bro. Curacao is making a run. Brother, I'm check out the man them team. Me look pan where them player come from, brother. And the man them full of man where play first division football in Europe. You see me? Them have a USL man, a one man play for Phoenix Rising. But majority of them man here, them a play in the Netherlands, first division. Them a play in Turkey, first division. Them a play in England. Them a play in a championship. I guess the championship is not first division, but that's great quality. You get me? I say 20 and them team there, bro. Who not playing in Scotland, Greece. Them money, bro. Them a recruit, bro. I'm gonna want to say the Jamaica method, but at good players. I don't think they can beat us. I don't think they will beat us. But a good players, the Van Curacao team, bro. All right. Cerebrat say Firebrain say I think Dixon fit this national team like a glove. He always change the energy every time he comes on. That is something we talk about Dixon. That is something we talk about Dixon in our last video where Kaim Dixon is just always a jolt of energy, bro. Whenever I'm come on, you get me? I say, but it's the youth and it's the exuberance we him have, and because of that directness and that raw energy and just ability we him have, I think it helps him, but it also hurts him at points. You see me? I think Kyle Dixon needs to develop some maturity and some poise. You see me? I think he needs to develop a little bit more maturity on the ball, a little bit better decision making on the ball, a little bit know when to do what time and place. That's all Kyle Dixon need, bro. But you see that raw just youthfulness there and the raw just directness that Kyle Dixon have, bro. Me love it. And that's why Kyle Dixon will always, for me, Kyle Dixon will always be one of the first players off the bench for me. For that specific reason. Kaim Dixon the man, don't get me wrong. And Dujan Richards. I think Dujan Richards is better than Kaim Dixon at the moment, people. And I think now that Whisper is here, I don't think we'll rush him because I come from injury and whatever. I thought he should have been in the last window also, but understand the circumstances. He's also another player where the directness and the youthfulness and the being so unafraid, bro, to take on players. That's what I love from them. Them two youngsters them. I mean, I expect to see a similar thing from a Seymour Reed. Me now at Seymour Reed at New York City, but him I play. You see me and me want to see what my fair for. See bro say I think Curacao is overrated. Me I assume say that him I say. Um Shouldn't say since no, before me get to the whisper conversation, him say Curacao is overrated. I don't think Curacao is overrated. Nobody's predicting Curacao to beat Jamaica, you know. Nobody. What we are doing is just give them respect. And remember, me and man say Jamaica qualify for the World Cup already. Me I count the egg them before they hatch. You see me? So I'm not the man for say, yo, me and the person who wanna go say overrate Curacao. No, a lot of people um has been talking it up to sound like it'll be a more competitive tie than I think it will. I think Curacao will definitely score. They score in every game that they play. They also concede in a lot of games, so I think we will score, they will score. It will not be a scoreless game. I think both teams will score. See him? Seeing? I also think this will be the hardest task. You have to respect to the man them they are home. Them are play on turf. We now have one player right now we are play on turf. We have some glass players who are injury prone. Lemby Keys, love get injured. Whisper just a come off for injured. Casey Palmer is not a Moody say injury prone still. Maybe Casey Palmer is not the best example. Amari Bell, we pick up injury. You see me? So we have some players where the surface not going to do them any favors. You see me? So them a play at home. Them a play upon for them surface. Although to be fair, the surface not going to do them any favors either. Because these are not necessarily players that were born and raised in Curacao. We play upon turf. You see me? Jamaica will win the game. I will win the game. I won't say comfortable, but we'll win the game in good fashion. I think the score line will be, since we give me predict me lineup, we can't give a score line. I think the score line will be 3-1. I think we'll score 3 goals and I think they'll score 1 goal because they score goals at home, but they also concede goals at home. They played Bermuda the other day. But remember, bro, we were missing 7 of our starters. We played Bermuda away. I will give Bermuda 4 love. Curacao played Bermuda at home and needed a late winner to win that game. So, bro, I'm always telling you, don't size up these teams with Jamaica, bro. Jamaica is much better than these teams, and even on our worst day, we will still beat them. You see me? And so, I'm not expecting us to go out and play no mercurial football, but I am expecting us to, even if we play bad football, even if we don't turn up the way we want to turn up, we will still be better than Curacao and beat them, bro. Even if it's a 1-0, even if it's a 2-1. You see me? I'm still account. My 3-1 prediction is still accounting for the fact that we will be less than impressive. You see me? So, that. Um, let me say now. Question: since Whisper will be in the squad, who will drop out? Me not see the JFF post it, if me I be honest. May I assume says an injury to an attacking player? I am not certain. But me don't know who will drop out. If me I be totally honest with you, bro. And this news is not even official yet. We heard the news from Oral Tracy just do a video. I think he's the first person to mention it. So me no know. Me no know who will drop out, bro. Me I assume says an attacker though. I think by tomorrow they'll release it and say who will replace whatever. But me don't know. Oral Tracy never even tell you that. But yeah. I think the most Dixon need to work on his physique, strength, and power. Yeah, but I think Dixon need to work on him decision making too. Bro, Dixon make bad decisions too, bro. Him not get the flack feet because him not play as much as Cephas, but Dixon have a little Cephas now, bro. May I tell you? Pause. Big pause. You see me, but come on, tell me say Dixon the need to work on him decision making, bro. Talented player, love the player. Really, really good player. Live wire. He one of them players that will lift the atmosphere every single time him come on. Crowd favorite. You see me? But he need to work on him final product. Um, Jamaica will win this game. Melcher Walker, I agree with you. Jamaica will win the game 3-1. Curacao is coming, they're recruiting, but unfortunately, I think the best what they could make is an inter-confederation playoff. But Jamaica will secure World Cup qualification. If not this trip, we'll secure it by the first game in the next window. And I think there's a strong possibility that we will in this window, but make sure that they are stadium so that even if we do, you don't miss it. When we qualified for the 98 World Cup, people, in November 1997, I wasn't even alive. I wasn't even alive. And some couldn't definitely witness it. When World Cup I play, I never even born it if me be fair. Cause I think that World Cup did play on June 10 to something. I wasn't even alive. Let me check that. June 11 to September 9 to June 19. Me never even born. Well, I was alive. I was alive. What me a chat? I was alive. I'm just born. Me not a sense. So when we qualify in 1997, I wasn't alive. When we were playing in the World Cup, I was just a kid. You see me, so just a couple months old. You see me, so that bro. I've never seen or experienced it. I didn't have any sense to know what was going on when we qualified for the World Cup. So this is my moment, and I want every single home game. Although once we can go a home game, I am there. When I miss home game once, but there so. That goes without saying. But I have to be there, and people may encourage you to come out now in the colours, come cheer, come be loud. The players need it. Again, for the 27 people watching, if you want to call in, you can call in. That's the number. WhatsApp only. We can reason if you want before we close off the show. In case you won't play card accumulation, right? Yeah, I know. Said that is another thing to want to hop off of Damian Low, bro. When you keep on, I said Damian Low liability, walking red card, blah 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 blah. We have Isaac Hayden miss game with card suspension. We have Casey Palmer miss game with card suspension, bro. And Damian Low have one yellow card, one in a World Cup qualifiers. He have one yellow card. Come on, bro. Some respect for the man name. I don't think the turf will make much of a difference because most of their players don't play on turf neither. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Big head boy. That's our media said too. I think it will be a negative for us, but it will also be a negative for them. Um, turf is much harder, bro. Much harder. Much harder on the joints. Much harder to run on. The bounce of the ball is different, especially if it all rain on the turf there and the ball is skid. Not gonna be the greatest surface to play upon, you see me? But it would also go against them. So I'm definitely not gonna sit down here and say it will be no great advantage to them, but it will be if they know and they play on it more than we play on it. It will be an advantage to them. You see me? Even in the slightest, but it's not no great advantage. All right. We are using a B plus team to qualify this window. No joke. Why is a B plus team? Why is a B plus team? What do you mean by that? This team is very close to the best team that could be selected. I think the only player missing is Liam Bailey. So, what do you mean by we are using a B plus team? What do you mean by that? I don't think that's true, man. I don't think that's true. People, we are closing on the 59-minute mark. I know we have 26 people here, but I mean that. I don't want just there as a chat for chat's sake. You get me? I say, I come. I'm showing if you're just joining the live, I went through my predicted lineup. The lineup I would use um if I was Steve McLaren, and I also went through the tactics of how I want Jamaica to play. You see me? And I can go over that just a little bit. Whoa, whoa. So we'll get to that. So we'll read that comment there. I want Jamaica to play one inverted wing back, Amari Bell and um Joel Latibodier to be inverting into the midfield that can unlock a forward run. That is the second thing. The late run into the box from a Jonathan Russell or a Bobby Reed. I think that is where we can really get some joy. Commit numbers forward. That's the third thing. Is it? So commit numbers forward, late runs into the box, inverted right backs, quick transition football. You see me? Not necessarily counter attack, not necessarily possession football, but transition football. When we win the ball, we be smart. We hit the areas that we train to hit, and we get into the opponent's box and just outnumber them and get as many shots on target as we can and get goals. You see me? So I think this would be a good game for us. I think we will win the game, and yeah, I think it will be a good performance. Damien Lowe had fighting with some other player in camp today. What you not saying? What you know, people may not have the exclusive them, you know. We come here, so you see, this side of Sports TV is a channel where I give you an insight. You see me, we are going to try to approach football from a different perspective. You see me, we now have the exclusive them, we now have the inside link, we now have nobody where I tell you the thing then. You see, we just try to give you a refreshing perspectives and getting to think a little bit about other things, other than what is on the surface. So, that. I don't know about that, brother. Hopefully that will come out. I don't even know if I hope for that to come out. I don't think it's the right time for that to come out. Where I say, um, Melcha Walker, is it that is what caused maybe a suspension and then Whisper come in? How that gonna? How that gonna? Who Damien Lowe fight in a camp? What? Mission true. Where I say my God? Where you really I say? Where you really I say, you know? People may leave on in a bit, you know. But make sure you like the video. Yeah, watch right now. Hit the like button. We have 14 likes, bro. We had up to 30 people. Like the video. Share the video in our group. Get other people watch it. Don't be selfish. It is free. That's all I'm asking. It's just to like the video. It is free. Do it. You see me? If you like the video, like the video. Leave a comment, subscribe to this side of Sports TV, and the one more thing, share the video to at least 10 people. Get us 6 subscribers though, because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers that would get us by the end of the day? But for now, this was inside of Sports TV. I gone.